Guides here, everybody, with another down and dirty guide to DayZ. In today's guide, we're going to be looking at how to place vehicles, as well as add a weapon and some ammunition to your character. So in this episode, I've already gone ahead and created my center west, my group, and my playable unit. So to place down a vehicle, you can either press F5 on your keyboard, or you can click the vehicle label in the top right corner of your screen. After you've done that, double-click anywhere on the map that you want to place the vehicle. You'll get a list of vehicles to choose from, and in this case, we're going to go down to cars and choose an ATV. Now, just as a note, not all of these vehicles will be available for you to place. You'll need to use a mod like Rmod to enable banned vehicles and weapons. There's a couple other settings here we're not going to worry about, like name and health and fuel and ammunition. Some of those are pretty easy to understand, so we're just going to hit OK. Now that our ATV is placed, we can click and drag it and place it anywhere we want. If we jump into preview here, you can see that the ATV is right in front of me, and I can run up and jump onto it and start driving it around. So let's go back to the map viewer here. So like I had just mentioned, you can click and drag it around, but additionally you can actually rotate it. So to rotate a vehicle, or actually any object on the map, just click it and hold shift and your cursor will become a rotating cursor. And just move your cursor in circles to go ahead and change the rotation of the vehicle. So now that you know how to place down vehicles, let's look at how you can add some weapons and some ammunition to your character. There's going to be some minor scripting involved with this, and additionally you're going to need to know the class name of your weapon and the ammunition type that you want to have. There are plenty of sites that you can find that have the class names for the weapon and the ammunition that you want, but in particular I like to use the Armatech site that I have listed in the description below. I like to use the site because it doesn't only give me the class names, but it actually does give me a picture of what it is that I'm going to be adding. So in this case, I'm looking at the Arma 2 Operation Arrowhead objects, and I'm going to go to machine guns, and here I'm going to pick the M249 EP1. And so what we're looking for here is the class name of the weapon itself, as well as the class name of the ammunition type that we want to have. Once you've found what you wanted, go ahead and copy those values into Notepad. So open up your Arma 2 editor again and double click your unit. And this is where a little bit of the scripting comes into play. There will be a label called init expression. What init expression means is that as soon as this object is loaded into the game, this is the little piece of script that's going to run. So the first thing that we're going to type is remove all weapons. Space this colon. What this means is it's going to remove all the weapons for this object, which in our case is the unit that we're going to play. Now in this particular case, you don't have to have this little bit of code, but it's a good practice to have because in the future you might be adding units that do already have weapons. The next thing we're going to write is this space add magazine space double quotation mark, and we're going to paste in the magazine class name that we had earlier found on the Armatech website, and then end it with another double quote mark and a colon. Next, we're going to add a weapon by typing this space add weapon space double quote and paste in the weapon class name that you had copied earlier. End that with a double quote and a colon, and then hit OK. And let's go ahead and restart the mission, and then we're going to preview the mission. In the next guide, we're going to be looking at how to place down some zombies or some additional units, as well as enabling the movie style camera and getting some movie type action scenes. Keep on derping!